When is the last time you actually did something without listening or watching something at the same time? Going to the bathroom with your phone, going to the gym without your headphones, eating with your phone while watching YouTube videos, going on walks without some sort of music playing in your ear. It seems like nowadays it's almost impossible to do these simple tasks without having some sort of audio or media playing inside of our heads. I was listening to a podcast, quite ironically, while I was in the gym, and this guy, I don't remember his name, said this. And it really got me thinking about why am I, and even those around me, always consuming some sort of content or media while doing something. I think an answer could be we don't want to be overwhelmed by our own thoughts, which is fine. I get it. I think sometimes you might use it as a distraction from something bad or unpleasant happening in our lives. But I feel like nowadays we don't let ourselves think anymore. We just wake up and always somehow manage to consume at least some sort of media. Um, and the media doesn't necessarily have to be good or bad. It's more so the art of just letting your brain think. Your thoughts are one of the most important things about yourself. They show who you are. These are things that are fundamental to your progression as a human. And I feel like, especially with our generation, we just don't think intellectually anymore. Since we are so consumed by some media on a consistent basis, our most important thoughts and ideas are not ever being produced. Your greatest thoughts come in the form of silence, come in the form of meditation, and the most intellectual people let their minds dwell in emptiness sometimes. I think certain pieces of social media actually, you know, quite help you a ton in how you should be rewiring your brain. Certain shows, movies, there's a lot of things out there that aren't necessarily bad, and really letting your mind think. It creates a foundation of thought, it creates a foundation of what ideal thinking may be, how you should rewire your brain for its maximum value. However, I do think even for myself, it's extremely easy to fall into this consumerism, which is social media. Every single reel, every single YouTube video, every single TikTok, any form of media in general, it does a really good job in hooking you in. Even maybe this video, even if the content is brain rot, educational, it could be gameplay, whatever it may be, it does a really good job in keeping you in. And sometimes finding the correct content for yourself is the biggest issue. There's just so much. There's a wide array of things that you can watch. And it's very easy to get distracted from what you're actually trying to watch and what might pop up in your feed. And algorithms are very controlling in what kind of content you might see. If you are truly, wanting to let your mind breathe, it all starts off in the baby steps. Start diverting from what you watch already and start trying to have an intellectual conversation with your friends. The essence of life wasn't meant for us to sit down and watch videos without it helping us in some sort of way in return. Watch things that benefit you. Thing is, don't rush it though. You're going to want to rush it in the beginning. I wanted to do it in the beginning. Um, it is about taking the steps towards it. Um, don't rush it. It's supposed to be a process, especially if you have a low attention span like mine. It is a long process. Um, but the last point I wanted to bring up is the social media makes your mind stressed. It makes your brain stressed. At the most basic level, it makes you feel like that you're behind. It throws the notion at you that you are cooked. I mean, you will hear that phrase that you're cooked or you're fried or something along those lines a lot of the time when you're on social media, even though if you might see it as a joke. Um, you know, I think it does have some sort of effect in your idea that you have no ability to progress. There is no ability for any sort of progression in your life. Um, and the thing is, when you have a constant uh, barrage of these things, coming towards you through the form of social media, through the form of these things, and you're not letting your brain just ease it out, it really screws with your ability to have thoughts which allow you to progress in life, which allow your brain to breathe, which allow you to actually move forward with what you're trying to do in life or whatever you're trying to accomplish. But yeah, that's all I really got. See you guys later.